Sports Center 33 presents the IHSAA Football Championship. The Bishop Luers Knights versus the Indianapolis Chatard Trojans. This sports special is brought to you by Fort Wayne National Bank, where they still have a daily interest in you. And by Eckrich Meats, so good you can eat them plain. Now with tonight's play-by-play, here are Hilliard Gates and Frank Houck.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bruce Field, Lawrence Central High School, Indianapolis, Indiana. This is the setting for the AA High School Championship football game in the state of Indiana, featuring Indianapolis Chatard and Fort Wayne Bishop Luers. Two outstanding high school football machines go at it here tonight. Chatard has been rated #1 virtually all season long. Luers has the better schedule, however, and we're looking forward to a great matchup for the AA championship. I'm Hilliard Gates, and Frank Houck is our expert commentator, former coach at Fort Wayne Southside High School. And Frank, just about all the ingredients are here.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's going to be a great game. We've got one team that's very strong and the other one very fast. Together, it should be a tremendous game to watch.
And two brilliant running backs in Delvin Bailey of Chatard's Trojans, Dave Slater of the Luers Knights.
They both have rushed for over 1,500 yards. They average 7 yards a carry. Tremendous backs.
Well, the weather here tonight is almost ideal. There's a slight breeze blowing out of the south, which will be coming from the right of your screen as you watch us on television tonight. The temperature at this moment, about 42 degrees. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. And we're ready for the toss of the coin here at Bruce Field, Indianapolis, Indiana. The Indiana High School Athletic Association presents the Knights from Bishop Luers High School in Fort Wayne against the Indianapolis Chatard Trojans, rated #1 during the season. Bishop Luers was not rated in the top 10, but they have a 9-4 record, and Indianapolis Chatard is 13-0. The captains are coming out: Mike Gili, Tim Mullins, and Tom Quackenbush coming out for Bishop Luers, and Mike Hackman and Chris Clark are in the center of the field to join the officials: Marcus Engdahl, Arthur Deek, Michael Atolsky, Albert Daru, Mark Tolchinsky, and Jerry Struble. And the toss of the coin after the introduction of the officials. It's a great night for football. There is a 20% chance of rain here. The temperature a little over 40 degrees. The wind getting a little stiffer out of the south. And Frank Houck, it's unusual to have a south wind in November.
Isn't that the truth? But thank goodness for us up here on the top of this press box.
Well, we're outside, and it's been a few years since I've done a game outside, but let's hope it doesn't rain.
You better believe it. I'm so excited, Hilliard.
Well, this is an exciting moment. A near-capacity throng of about 3,600 fans here at Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis. We're on the east side of the capital city of the Hoosier State. About 1,800 fans from Fort Wayne are here, and nearly 2,000 are here from Indianapolis Chatard. The referee is Marcus Engdahl, and he's going through the formality of introducing his colleagues and the toss of the coin. And it appears that Chatard has won the toss, and that means that Bishop Luers will kick off, and they'll have the defensive team out there, and kicking off will be the outstanding running back Dave Slater. And receiving will be Franklin, Cottrell, and Fennell for Indianapolis Chatard. And they put their speed demons back deep to run this kickoff back, Frank.
I think, as you said, we were talking about it before the ball game, we're going to find out real quickly how this Bailey can run. And I think it's going to be a good test to start the game and see how Luers can stop them.
Well, we're not certain that Mark Litchfield is going to start at a defensive end tonight for Bishop Luers. He was taken ill on the trip down here today, but we'll watch and see if he gets into the ball game. At the start, defensively for Bishop Luers. Deep, we have Terry Franklin, Tom Cottrell, and Todd Fennell. Number 42 is Cottrell, who's in the middle. Franklin and Fennell are on either side.
Number 42, Tim Cottrell. And number 8,
Luers will have the wind at the start of this ball game.
Here, a couple of those deep men are some of their mile relay teams on that track team. So look out. Here we go.
Well, I remember them last June at the beautiful Indiana University track on the west side of Indianapolis, on the completely different side than we are here tonight. Ready for the kickoff of the AA championship game, Indianapolis. And we're delighted you've joined us here. 36, the outstanding running back, Dave Slater, who's gained more than 1,500 yards. Delvin Bailey is back deep. And he is the real speed burner of the Chatard football team. We're awaiting now the whistle. Here we go. Slater surge to the 40. Low end overrun kick. Coming over to this side of the field. And it's picked up at the 20-yard line. Carrying the football is Chris Barnes. Barnes is hit him down on the play. Put it on the 29-yard line. Tom Quackenbush making the tackle. First down and 10. Into the lineup, John Somm. Quarterback running the team for Indianapolis Chittard. Delvin Bailey is the deep man. They'll run out of the I formation. Mike Hackman is starting at fullback. He used to be a split end. The regular fullback, Timon Freeman, is out with an injury. The deep man, of course, is Delvin Bailey. Has gained more than 1,500 yards. And here's the first handoff to Bailey. He's hit hard and down near the 30-yard line. Coming in is Cal Miller, 33, to make the stop after a gain of about a yard. Make it second down and 9 on the 30-yard line.
Hilliard, if you'll notice right then, they had that man in motion. They were trying to bring him back so he could kick that end out so they could lead an extra man through. We'll just watch it.
Chris Barnes has entered the lineup for Indianapolis Chittard. No score. We're just underway. About a minute gone. First period in Indianapolis tonight. Somm calling the signals, I formation, the pitch. Delvin Bailey going wide, going to be hit, going to be thrown, and he'll be thrown for a loss of 2 or 3 yards. Coming in is Cal Miller, the linebacker on the right side again, to spill him for a loss. And it'll be third down for Indianapolis Chittard. Frank, could this be significant?
Tremendously. This is the point that we were talking about. The defensive end for Luers just did a tremendous job by turning that back inside, and that's what they've got to do to stop this team.
Third down 11. Chittard with third and long back in its own territory on the 28-yard line. Delvin Bailey is only 5'8", 155 pounds. Todd Fennell wide to this side of the field. We're going to have a passing situation. Somm is back to throw. Draw play to Bailey. Bailey shakes off one man. He's at the 35. He is near the 40, and he is down, but I think he has a first down. Coming in to make the stop is Jay Smith. Jay Smith making the tackle for the Knights of Luers. First down on a draw play. Good call.
Tremendous call. If you'll, I noticed the inside, but fortunately, notice Luers keeps him inside and kept him in just for a 10-yard gain.
Ball is on the 41-yard line. First down and 10, Indianapolis Chittard. And we're back live now. I formation. Hackman the fullback. Bailey the tailback. Gets the handoff. He picks up a yard, maybe 2. Gets to the 42, 30, or the 43-yard line. Not much of a gain.
Now they tried to hit that soft spot right over the center where the linebacker is, but their linebacker, Luers linebacker, did a super job.
Mike Ratenis coming in to make the tackle. It'll be second down, 8 to go.
We can watch Quackenbush, that linebacker. He's supposed to be one of the better ones.
Delvin Bailey has gained 14 yards and 4 carries already. He averages about 6.8 yards per carry. Here's the handoff to Bailey going wide. He's going to be dragged down. He's going to be hit. He's thrown back on the 39-yard line. An excellent defensive play coming up was Charlie Colligan to make the stop. So the loss on the play makes it third down and about 11 for Indianapolis Chittard.
There's a good example. They're trying to break to the outside of the perimeter, but Luers will not allow that, and if as long as they can do that, they're going to contain them.
Terry Franklin into the lineup. Chris Barnes into the lineup. Also, Tim Cottrell in the lineup. They're putting all the receivers out there now, and Cottrell is the deep man. He is behind Mike Hackman. It'll be third down, 11 yards to go in a passing situation again. Somm back to throw this time. He's going to set up a screen. It is complete out to Cottrell. He's to the 40. He's to the 45, coming wide. He's to the 50. He's to the 45. He cuts into the 40, dragged down around the 37-yard line by Charlie Colligan. Long gain on the play. It was Tim Cottrell.
Excellent blocking on that. Chittard line went out there and they contained the end.
Here he is again, Frank. Good
notice the blocking out there is the cutback, and there's a key block. He keeps coming out here. He's a nice tackle.
And we're back live after the 23-yard run by Tim Cottrell. Bailey back in. Handoff is to the short man. Cuts inside. It's Mike Hackman, the fullback. And he's inside of the 35, down near the 34-yard line.
You know, we keep talking about stopping that big play, but they keep coming up with it on third down. Right now, that third down is going to be a big play. We've just got to be able to stop that as far as Luers is concerned.
2nd down and 7, just inside the 35-yard line in Bishop Luers territory. No score. We have 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go. The first quarter of the state championship AA high school football game in Indianapolis tonight. Delvin Bailey, the tailback, behind Mike Hackman, the fullback. I formation, one flank on either side. It is handed off to Delvin Bailey. He's hit hard, and he comes down around the 32 or 33-yard line. And we're 3rd down and 5 to go. 7:15. We'll get a break here in just a moment. 3rd down and 5 with 7:09. Coming out wide is Terry Franklin to our side of the field. They have a full house backfield and a shotgun formation with a quarterback back deep. And it's John Sam back to throw. Has time. He's going downfield. It is juggled and incomplete at the 20-yard line.
One thing, right in the middle, the linebackers, one's got to stop that play. Fortunately, he dropped the ball. Cal Miller, just one more step, will be able to pick that off.
Well, Todd Fennell was the intended receiver down there, but he could not hold on to it. Now the discussion on the 4th down and 5 on the Luers 33-yard line. I think they're going to go for it. Delvin Bailey has come out of the lineup, their premier running back. And they have Todd Fennell in there. Also John Sam. Sam is back in a shotgun formation, and he's going to throw on 4th down and 5. He has time throwing downfield. It is incomplete. He threw to the wrong side of Chris Barnes, and that's a turnover on the 4th down, and Luers gets the football. And with 6:48 to go in the first period, there is no score.
Take over possession at their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
And Bishop Luers putting the ball in play. Don Effinger, Dave Slater, Dave Hartman, and Dan Dwyer on the back line. I formation. Handoff is to Hartman, the fullback, and he picks up maybe 2 yards on the plays. He's brought down by Mark Newbold. It'll be 2nd down, 8 to go. The ball is on the Luers 34-yard line. We've just had the ball turned over to Bishop Luers as they held on 4th down and 5. A pass was incomplete. I formation. The deep man is Dave Slater. And here is the reverse. Cutting into the 35, 36-yard line. It was Darren Bogdan carrying the football, and an inside handoff on the reverse. Tim Cottrell makes the tackle.
Well, Chittard is known for their quickness. So right now, I know what Coach Kiefer is going to try to do, spread them out or at least come back with some counters or reverses to kind of counter that speed of theirs.
Tom Carto comes into the lineup for Bishop Luers on 3rd down and 6. From the Luers 36-yard line, I formation, the deep man is Dave Slater, and he's back of Dave Hartman. Here's Effinger back to pass, throwing deep, going down long, incomplete. He overthrew the intended receiver on the 35-yard line. Down deep was Gary Jackson, but the pass was overthrown, but Chris Barnes was set up defensively.
That's right. If you'll notice, Effinger slipped with his back foot, which is going to throw a lot of his accuracy off.
Back deep to receive the punt.
Here's Slater back to do the punting. He averages 43 yards per kick. It is taken on the 30, 35 to the 40, and down near the 41-yard line. Receiving was Fennell, and with 5:34 to go in the first period, the score is 0-0.
Slater has a 36-yard punt, made by Todd Fennell. Returns the ball 12 yards.
Ball on the 41-yard line. In possession of Indianapolis Chittard, there is no score. 36-yard punt by Dave Slater. Bailey back with Hackman. Receivers right and left wide, long count, and it's Sam fading to throw, looking out in the right flat, but it's incomplete. He threw the pass in the direction of Jack Fillenworth, but it was a little bit short. So it'll be 2nd down, and so far, Frank Chittard's passing attack has not been consistent.
That's right. I'll tell you one thing. I've been impressed with the linebacker play of Luers because of the depth that they're dropping. They're taking away the lanes.
That'll be second down and 10. I formation again for the Trojans of Chittard. Sam fading on a draw play, hands off to Bailey. The same play he went 23 yards earlier, and he struggles up to about the 48-yard line, but he is short of the first down. Cal Miller was there to make the stop for the Knights. Make it third down.
It's that same, the draw that they had run before. The one thing that we're finding is as long as they can keep everyone on the inside instead of breaking around the perimeter or pass to the outside of the halfbacks, we can, at least the Luer defense can contain them.
That'll be third down and 3. The ball just short of midfield. In possession of Chittard, and there is no score, but Chittard has moved the ball early in this football game tonight. Luers held for 4 downs, punted on 4th. Here is Bailey. Bailey cuts in and he's hit and down inside of the 45-yard line, and he has the first down. And Paul Pine is there to make the stop for the Knights. And an injured man is down for Bishop Luers, and there'll be a timeout for him. And it is Charlie Colligan who is down, and so there's a timeout. And with 4:19 to go in the first period, there is no score, 0-0. Charlie Colligan is being helped off the field here. First and 10 for Indianapolis Chittard. Dave Romery has gone in to replace him at defensive end for the Knights. Now they have split backs for the first time. Bailey to the left, Hackman to the right. The quarterback, John Sam, back to throw. He's trying to set up a screen. Instead, he throws deep, and it is almost intercepted on the 27-yard line as Jay Smith got a good shot at that ball, Frank, and almost intercepted.
Exactly, and I think it's very interesting. If you'll notice, those linebackers are dropping back about 10 yards, and they're right in the throwing lane, and the quarterback's having to throw over their heads, which is making it difficult.
It'll be second down and 10. Bailey has carried 8 times for 29 yards in this football game. Sam has completed only 1 out of 4, and that one was for 23 yards. It'll be second down, 10. I formation with Bailey back deep. He's back about 9 yards, unusually deep for an I formation. But he has quickness. There's the pitch out. He's going wide left. They're stringing him out. He is hit, keeps his feet. He's coming over to this side. He's hit again back on the 50. He turns the corner. He's at the 45, and he's driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and a fine defensive play by Jay Smith. But they may call him for a late hit.
Hilliard, I'll tell you, 83 Litchfield did a tremendous job. I think if you'll watch the end play, the right end, Leachville, turns it back, and there's the other end, Romery, coming through there and stringing it to the outside.
15 yards now, charged off against the Bishop Luers Knights. A big penalty in the early going of this football game with no score. We have 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Period number 1, Indianapolis.
Good job, boy.
Puts the ball down to the 29-yard line and gives Indianapolis Chittard another first down in this football game. There is no score. The Luers Knights in a 5-man front. I formation. Frank, Bailey back unusually deep for an I.
Well, they want to get the ball deep so he can find the hole. He can read it a lot better from back there.
And here is Sam back to throw, going into the left area. The man is wide open, and then Chris Barnes started to go upfield and then dropped the ball, but I think they rule it complete and out of bounds. A completed pass to Chris Barnes. Barnes has had a very good year. He's caught 16 for 229 yards and 7 touchdowns. Here it is.
What happens is the quarterback is thrown back to the weak side, and the cornerback is not deep enough to stop it.
Chris Conroy was set up defensively for Bishop Luers, but he wasn't able to make the play. So it's another first down. The Chittard Trojans are driving here. First down and 10. Ball inside the 20 on the 18-yard line. I formation again. Sam fakes to the fullback, hands it off to Bailey. Bailey is hit back at the line of scrimmage. He tripped up and down. Back on the 23-yard line on an excellent defensive play by Mark Litchfield.
Hilliard, we've seen some tremendous plays by both defensive ends for Luers. They have done a tremendous job. And like I say, the big play is what's held them back. But I'll tell you, I don't think Coach Kiefer could ask for more from a defensive end than he's getting from both of those young men.
Loss of 5 yards. It'll be second down and 15 at 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 0-0 game first quarter. It's a thriller. Chittard is dominating it here, but so far they've been held short of the goal line. Sam is checking off. Has the ball, fades to throw. There's a blitzer on him. Here's a pass downfield. It is knocked into the air and broken up at the 5-yard line. It was thrown for Terry Franklin, and a good defensive maneuver by Paul Pine of the Knights.
I'll tell you, they put Sam under a lot of pressure. They fired to the linebackers, and they put him in a man-to-man coverage, and the secondary did a nice job covering it.
Well, that was quite a blitz, and it was an all-out blitz by the Knights, and I think it hurried the pass.
You better believe it.
3 minutes, 5 seconds, period number 1. Third down, 15, long yardage, and the Knights are playing pass here. John Son, number 12, a brilliant quarterback. They also have a great defensive player on the field for. Here's a blitz coming in again. They're going to throw Son back for a loss. He tries to throw the ball, but I'm sure the whistle had blown as Dave Romery locked him up on the 30-yard line. So now it'll be 4th down and about 20 yards to go, and here it is again.
Another in play, just a tremendous job on the outside rush, putting him under pressure. Good defensive play for Lures. Big play.
And Chittard is going to go for it now on 4th down and 22. The ball is on the 31-yard line. All the wide receivers are in there. Todd Fennell, Chris Barnes, also Terry Franklin. They're all in there. Only one setback, and that's the fullback, Mike Hackman. The quarterback back to throw. He has time, has a chance to survey, going deep, and it is knocked down, broken up beautifully. Paul Pine knocking it down for the Knights. And Bishop Lures takes over. The ball was thrown for Todd Fennell, broken up by Paul Pine.
I'll tell you, as you'll notice, he's releasing the ball. Beautiful defense, just gets his hand in there. Nice job.
1st down and 10, Bishop Lures. Put it on the 31-yard line. 2 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first period. The Knights on offense, they've had the ball on only 4 plays, and one of those was a punt. And this is the Dave Slater being racked up, and he's down by the man who is a brilliant wide tackle, Damon Taylor. Damon Taylor is 6'4", weighs 215. He's a junior. He's already being looked at by many, many colleges, Frank.
I know Michigan is very interested in him. They've been looking at him. 2nd
down, 10 on the 31. So far, Lures has not been able to get on track offensively in the game, but their defense has been strong. Darren Bogdan in the lineup for the Knights. May have been contact along the line of scrimmage. Encroachment probably is going to be assessed against Indianapolis Chittard. 1 minute, 42 seconds, first period. No score. Offside called against Chittard. I have a feeling, Frank, the quarterback, Don Effinger, changed this cadence a little bit.
I think so. It's a smart move because, again, Chittard, they depend on their quickness. And so if you've got to keep them off balance and slow them down.
So it's now 2nd down and 5. The ball placed on the 36-yard line. Tom Carto, very quick, wide here to the left, I formation. Slater, the deep man. The ball is pitched to Slater. Slater going wide, cuts in, shakes off one tackler, but he's spilled after a short gain by Mark Newbold and Damon Taylor. You're going to hear the name Damon Taylor and see the number 15 frequently in this telecast tonight.
He's an excellent athlete, and I think if you watched how he played off that block and got in on that tackle, you could just see the kind of agility he has.
Darren Bogdan back in. Coming out is Tom Carto for the Knights. John Dodade wide to the right. He's the only flanker out. They have a slot man on the right side. That's Bogdan, who just went to the ball game. Split backs. And the ball is headed off, going through, carrying the ball to Slater. Slater is to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5. Touchdown, Slater! Dave Slater has just gone 63 yards on a lightning-quick opener off the left tackle, and he went all the way, showing his speed brilliantly.
Exactly. If you'll notice their end, they do not block Franklin at all. It's the outside veer, we call it, and he just popped through there, and he's gone.
Well, he's run 100 yards, he's run 81 yards, and he just ran 63 yards. The extra point is going to be kicked here by John Jenkins. John Jenkins on the extra point, 6-0 Lures. The kick is in the air, and it is good. 7-0 Bishop Lures has taken the lead with 41 seconds to go in period number 1.
You know, Hilliard, one thing we've talked about before, I think Coach Kiefer, he was just running his base plays at the beginning. He was filling out the defense, seeing what they had, and then all of a sudden he came back to his old veer offense, the outside veer, and that popped. He was on the secondary before they even found him. Great play and great run.
How important is getting out in front in a championship game like this?
It's so important, especially against a team like Chittard, who likes the big play. It just could cost them, make them try to gamble a little sooner and maybe get a little more impatient, and then in turn it could be a great advantage for Lures.
And now the man who just ran 63 yards with a brilliant play off of left tackle, outspeeding everybody to the goal line, is ready to kick off. Slater has gained 63 out of the 69 yards by Bishop Lures in the first period. Fennell, Franklin, Cottrell are deep. Here's the kickoff coming down to the sideline and out of bounds. Goes out of bounds near the 8-yard line. It'll be re-kicked.
Hilliard, I think they're doing that on purpose. Of course, with the speed that they're kicking to, I don't think they want to kick a line drive right to those guys at deep.
Well, they'll lose 5 yards on the re-kick. Or
now,
they can take it out of bounds here, right?
No, in high school it goes automatically to the 40.
That's the difference between college and high school ball, and I'm glad you called that to my attention. Doing college football last Saturday on television, and this game tonight I should check the rules a little more accurately. Here we go, split backs. Delvin Bailey with Mike Hackman. John Somm, the quarterback, hands off to the fullback. Tall, lanky, former split end Hackman is drilled down at the 43-yard line by Chris Conroy.
What they ran there was a counter, and they gave it to the first man and faked it to, of course, Bailey, which you know everyone's looking at to get the ball. And so therefore, on that play, Lures was in a way full a little bit, but I don't see that play going to be the one that's going to beat him.
18 seconds to go in the first period. Lures electrifying the crowd here on a great run by Dave Slater, showing his speed. He has 4.5 speed in the 40, and he showed it here today. Long count. And it's Delroy Bailey. Bailey finds a little opening, cuts into the 50. He's to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. He's to the 20, 15, 5. Touchdown, Delvin Bailey. Bailey has just duplicated the long run by Dave Slater, going 56 yards, and makes the score 7-6 as time runs out of the first period.
On this play, if you'll notice, the man in motion will block the linebacker on the inside, and that opens that play up. And now you can see why we talk about 7 yards a carry. These two running backs are just outstanding, both of them.
Well, already Delvin Bailey has carried 11 times. He's made 79 yards, 56 on that run. And now the extra point will be tried by Tapio Haikala. And there'll be a delay here. Tapio, T-A-P-I-O, Haikala. That's H-E-I-K-K-I-L-A, pronounced Haikala. And he's going to try the extra point.
You know, Hilliard, it's amazing how people, you know, when you build up two fine running backs like that, and many times I think all of us have gone to games where you expect to see this and you don't. Someone else comes through. But tonight, those two backs are showing why they're so great.
Well, they're 2 touchdowns scored in about, what, 45 seconds?
Isn't that, boy? We talk about big plays. There's 2 of them.
So the 5-yard penalty moves it back. The extra point will be kicked from just inside the 15-yard line. It'll go 25 yards. Haikala's boot is in the air, and it looks perfect. No, it's wide. It's wide. It is wide to our side. Well, those uprights aren't the tall ones, and so Lures continues to lead by a 7-6 score, and that's the end of the first period. And here is the kickoff, coming down by Haikala, coming down to the goal line and letting go in the end zone is Dave Slater. It'll be brought out to the 20 as Bishop Lures leads by a 7-6 count in the opening moments of the second.